Hi you guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Serena if you guys are new here, and welcome to a switching out my doom scrolling for screen time video. I have been not wanting to make this video because I feel like it's embarrassing, but I fear that my screen time has been a little high. It's been a little high. Plus, I already clock in like 7 hours because of work. So 7 hours plus all of my scrolling and games and all of that stuff has just been too much. I'm also chronically a leave the phone unlocked all the time person. I should really set up, which I'm going to do after this intro, the auto lock feature. I haven't set that up in the past. I've turned it off in the past. I need to turn it back on because that's also contributing to my increased screen time. Sometimes like I genuinely do need my phone unlocked for a certain period of time, but not all the time. Over the last, let's see, week and a half or so, since today is the 11th when I'm starting to film this, I have deleted Instagram and then re-downloaded Instagram. And as of today, I've officially deleted Instagram again. It is not on my phone. Threads is not on my phone. Neither of those apps are on my phone. I deleted TikTok also maybe a month or two ago. I just never really got into TikTok like the way that most people are. So that didn't really bother me, but deleting Instagram was a big deal. Like that was crazy. And I talked about it in previous vlogs where I was like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna delete it. And then I did, and then I re-downloaded it again. I'm not really sure why I re-downloaded it. I felt like this crutch of oh, it's the weekend. What if I want to post? Maybe I need to download it again. That's not true. Obviously, I have some posting obligations with the accounts that I run, but there's really no urgency to post something in the exact minute that it needs to be posted. There are some things that I do need to post, but I can just post them from my iPad if need be. Deleted everything off my phone so that way I'm not tempted by it. I do have some games on my phone, and I justify the game time by, it gets me closer to making money on Fetch and getting points and being able to redeem that for gift cards. That's gotta stop for a little while. I'm actually, once we're done with this intro, also going to be deleting those games from my phone, because even just today, let me go back to today. Even just today, I've spent 33 minutes playing a stupid game. Really? So yeah, that's gotta stop. So what I'm thinking for this video is from the last week, I guess. So today I'll look at last Wednesday and we'll see how much I have to read that way. So we'll look at the week prior, see what my screen time was at, and then that'll decide how much I have to read for the day. So we have to make sure we do this first thing in the morning, because if I check my screen time at night, we're gonna be up pretty late, and I don't wanna be up pretty late. Today, for example, today is Wednesday, so I'm gonna go back to February 4th, and February 4th screen time is 3 hours and 57 minutes, which means I have to read between now and the end of the night for 4 hours. I'm rounding it up to 4 hours. So we're gonna get some audiobook listening in here. We're gonna get some page flipping done. Basically, I have to listen to a book from once I finish working until I go to bed. And if it's not achievable, the whole point of this is just anytime I feel the need to pick up my phone and that itch to go scroll or go check something, I want it to be instead going and picking up my book, listening to my book, whatever format I want to get it done in, that's what I want to get done. This is also going to push me to finish some books that I'm in the middle of. This vlog, I want to finish A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals, and I also want to or at least get back into reading, because I haven't touched this book in so long, Burn Bright by Krista and Becca Ritchie. You guys have heard me talk about it in almost every single vlog. Haven't touched it still because there's just been other books that I want to read and higher priority items. But for this vlog in particular, I think it would be good that I at least get the ball rolling with making some progress in it. That is the intro for this video. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, because I am quite nervous to see my screen time on some days. Now that I know that I'm doing this, my screen time this week should not be more than 2 hours. I think 2 hours is being very generous, to be honest with you, especially because I'm going to be deleting the games off my phone. And in that way, my phone is just for YouTube updates, Storygraph updates, any sort of listening with my phone locked, of course, and checking like YouTube Studio and all of that stuff. I really should also brick my phone, but I didn't bring my brick with me because if you're looking at the background, I am not home currently. I'm actually dog sitting. I don't have my brick with me, and just in case I want to unbrick my phone, I'd rather have it here than use the emergency unbrick. So I'm not gonna brick my phone while I'm here. I'm just going to delete all the apps because the apps are re-downloadable. Yep. So I can't do any reading right now. I'm just taking a little bit of a break from work, just a little like mental 5 minutes, like refresh. I don't need to refill this. I thought this was closer to empty, but it's not. So take 5 minutes and set up my phone so that way it auto locks and that I don't have the games on it. And then I'll see you guys when it's time to actually read later tonight after work. Yesterday, I realized that this is not a challenge that I can start and complete at the end of the day. Like I have to check first thing in the morning to see how much we're gonna read because last night I did not get 4 hours. I maybe got 1. Still better than none, but it was too much. I was like, I'm not staying up till midnight. There's just no way. So we're gonna try again today. I'm gonna go to screen time and I'm gonna go to the daily view and then I want today's Thursday. So I want last Thursday and I had 3 hours and 1 minute. Not bad. So let's go sit down and read. I'm counting also my Bible studies as reading time. Basically filling up the time with any sort of reading that's not my phone scrolling, doom scrolling. So today we have 3 hours and 1 minute. I'm actually gonna set a timer and like have it on in the background so that way you guys can see throughout the day how much reading I have left. So I think that'll be fun. What I'm gonna be reading is the Ereader and Haul It book, which you'll see if you go back and watch that video, you'll see what I'm reading for that. And then I think I'm going to switch it up later and either read Burn Bright by Kristen Becker Ritchie, or I'm going to be starting a new Valentine's Day themed book, which I think will be really fun since Valentine's Day is this weekend. So let's head over to my books and get situated and get reading. Just finished my Bible reading, which was super good. I'm in Philippians right now, so I just finished chapter 3. So then tomorrow I'll be doing chapter 4 and then finishing up that book and jumping right into Colossians. I've been doing it with the Daily Grace Code Philippians study, so it's taking me quite some time to get through it, but it's still really good. Really good. I'm about 80% through the book. Tomorrow's reading will be great to wrap up and then jump into Colossians like I just said. My timer right now has 2 hours and 23 minutes remaining, and I have about 25 minutes before I have to start work. So I think what I'm going to do now is switch gears and pick up the Ereader on Haul It book. I'm not showing you guys the cover still. If you want to go watch that video, go watch it. I'll tag it somewhere up here. I think I'm about 30-something% through this. I'm 32% through it. So the goal is just to finish the chapter. This chapter that I'm on is really long. So I just want to finish the chapter and then I have to hop over and start work, and then we'll continue this challenge after work. And that's also why I wanted to set the timer, because a lot can happen in a work day, and I was afraid I wouldn't remember like how much I read this morning versus how much I need to read tonight. I think tonight is just going to be a flat 2 hours that I'm going to have to read. But I am going for a walk on my lunch break, so I think I packed my earbuds. I hope I did, so that way I could listen to the audiobook of the Ereader and Haul It book while I walk. If I didn't do that, that's going to sting. I hope I did. I hope I was smart enough to do that. If not, I might just play it from the speaker. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But it looks really nice out. By really nice, I mean like probably it's about 40 degrees out. So I'm excited to walk outside later and take the dog for a walk. I'm going to now switch gears and read this, and I'll see you guys on my lunch break when we start the timer again. Okay, you guys, I have about 20 minutes left of my lunch break, which means I have about 20 minutes to update you guys and read. So I'm starting the next Read It or Unhaul It book. I promise I'll give you guys the titles of them like when I'm done with them, but I want it to be a surprise in all the other videos, so that way you can go watch the Read It or Unhaul It and see what those books were all about. I DNF'd the first one, which means it's going in the unhaul pile. So I'm about to start the second one. I'm really hoping we have a winner here. I'm just afraid it's a little too closely related to Dungeon Crawler Carl. From what I've heard, it's kind of similar, but maybe it's not. Maybe I heard wrong or I misheard. I'm gonna be starting this book now. It's actually an old book that is sort of becoming a little bit popular again. I've seen it in some thrift stores. I actually picked up my copy from a thrift store just to try it out, and I think it's like game-ish. Like, what do they call it? Like lit RPG or something like that? That's what Dungeon Crawler Carl I think is. I don't know about this one. Once I read it, I'll give you guys more of an update. I got a couple minutes to read, so I'm gonna start the timer. We're gonna start a new book and see how far I can get. I also have the audiobook of this, so I might listen to it a little bit while I work. It's just not gonna count towards my screen timer in that case, because obviously I'm working. But yeah, I have 2 hours and 10 minutes left to complete today for the swapping out, and it should be doable. And I'm excited to see how much I can read during that amount of time. Good morning, you guys. It's time for another screen time update. Yesterday I did complete my time. I didn't show the timer at the end of the night because I was watching a movie, and I counted that towards my not scrolling, my not doom scrolling. I busied myself with watching the next Star Wars movie, which was it's the first movie after the original trilogy and the prequels. So somebody let me know. That was 2 hours and 20 minutes, and at that point last night I had 1 hour and 57 minutes left. I'm looking at my computer behind you guys on my timer, so I'm gonna consider that a win. So we've been loving, or we, yeah, I guess we, because now at this point the stuff is the movies are new to him. Like, we've been loving it. It's been something that we can talk about, like even just outside of watching the movie, like throughout the week when we're not watching anything and we're just like on a drive or something, we'll talk about it, and I'll ask like the most random questions, and it's pretty funny. So I'm still trying to get all the characters straight. At one point we had a pause because I was like, wait, Darth Vader is related to this person, and this person is this person, and like I was trying to get the family tree right. I got it now. I had to talk it out, but I got it. So that was funny. But alas, we're here. We're doing another screen time check. So I have to go check last Friday and see what my time was. It's probably gonna be high. I feel like Fridays my time is high usually. Where is it? Screen time. Am I just missing it? Also, my brightness is super, oh, there it is. My brightness is super low, so let me turn that up because that's probably why I can't see anything. So today, 2 minutes. Nice. Let's go to last Friday. Oh, wow. Okay, 4 hours and 38 minutes. So I guess it's a good thing I got up a little bit earlier today, and I'm getting an earlier start because I am going out tonight, but going out does involve a good amount of driving. I think I'm going to have to really buckle down. So obviously I'm not counting my like driving time towards that, like hello. So I think what we're gonna have to do, what time is it now? It's 6:52. I can read from 7 to 8:30, and then we're just gonna like really try our best. I have a lunch break that I can read on, and at the end of the night I'll do some reading, but there's gonna be a lot of car time today, so we're gonna get a lot of reading done regardless. If I don't hit this time today, that's okay. It's just more about being aware and intentional with the time, but I'm really trying to hit it because I think it's a fun challenge. So let me put 4 hours and 38 minutes on this timer. Hi you guys, I wanted to give an update on the timer for today. So the last time we spoke, I had just started it. It was 4 hours and I think 38 minutes. I got it down to 3 hours and 56 minutes. I didn't set the timer while I was walking because I just knew that I would forget to stop it when I got home. So I went for, I think it was like a 45-minute walk. I'm just checking my Garmin app. I don't remember how long I went for. 42 minutes. So that brings me down to 3 hours and 14 minutes. And I just got home from being out with friends that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm counting this outing towards my timer, partially because we went bowling, and in between, like when people were going to bowl, I could have been checking my phone. I could have been like, I don't know, on social media, but instead like I was catching up with friends that I haven't seen in months and like just being intentional with that time, watching the other people bowl, you know, supporting them each turn. So that was about 2 hours. So that brings me down to 1:14. I don't know how well I'm going to do with finishing that for today, but let's look at my screen time overall for today. I feel like it's very low. Oh, where's my widget? The widget that I have set up on my phone also is so totally off. It's telling me I have 4 hours and 28 minutes clocked in for today. Okay, so it's telling me I have 2 hours and 38 minutes of screen time for today. An hour and 27 is going to messages. I don't know if I really count that. Like if people are going to text me, I'm going to text them back. But I was leaving my phone unlocked a little bit again, so maybe that's why. That's the only app I spent that much time on. 14 minutes in MyFitnessPal. Yeah, that's gonna happen because I was making lunch. 7 minutes in Google Maps. I don't know what that's about. I guess I didn't lock my phone. And then 5 minutes on Amazon, 5 minutes on Libby. This is all just stuff when I'm unlocked. 3 minutes in settings, 2 minutes in Starbucks, and there's some other options that I could pick up. All right, that's not terrible. An hour and 27 minutes in messages. If that's my top app, I think that's fine. So minus that, I really only spent like an hour on my phone today, which is good. It does stink. Like, that's the only thing I miss about not having an Apple Watch, is that like I do have to specifically text from my phone, but there's so many other features in Garmin that I wouldn't trade the Garmin back in for the Apple Watch. It's just no way. I'm gonna knock out this next hour and 14 minutes. The book that I'm currently reading is the Reader on Holiday book. I'm 21% through it at this point. I'm liking it. I would say it's definitely a read for me, but I know not everybody's cup of tea is like lit RPG and video games and like stuff like that you'd find in literature. So if that's not your cup of tea, probably this would be an unhaul for you. But right now it's a haul. It's a read it. It's a keep it. So I'm gonna get back to this and I will see you guys probably not until tomorrow morning. Just discovered the top of the BrewMate is magnetic, so that's a fun fact. I have a dilemma. As you know, we're swapping screen time for reading. Now, one of my favorite things to do on a leisurely Saturday is scroll on Substack and find things to read. Do we count this as screen time though? Because I am on my iPad. I switched and I downloaded Substack on my iPad instead of having it on my phone, so that way we can keep the screen time on here down. I'm still looking at a screen though. But Substack, I feel like I'm reading like personal development and like, not like self-help specifically, but like ways to better yourself, like mind, body, soul type of stuff. I don't know. Do we count this as screen time or do we not count this as screen time? I'm looking at a screen, but also technically I counted the movie the other day as non-screen time. No, I don't think we're gonna count this as screen time. I think I'm gonna get the timer set up and I think I'm just gonna read a couple articles, just be mindful of the fact that like I am, yes, looking at a screen, but it's with the idea and the attention of I'm bettering myself while doing it and I'm learning while doing it. I think there's a difference between learning and just doom scrolling, obviously. I'm gonna set up the timer and I'm not gonna count this as screen time. I'm gonna count this as I'm learning, I'm bettering myself, I'm being intentional. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here for like 2 hours and look at this screen, maybe until like 9:30. It's 8:52 right now, so I think until 9:30 I will read on Substack, and because sometimes the articles are long. After that, I'm going to kind of just like reset this place and vacuum and clean up the floor a little bit because there's like a little bit of dirt that came in the house. Kind of just do like a Saturday reset type of thing. And then that'll also count towards like no screen time because it's a reset. And then I think I'm going to try to finish this book today. I was listening to it in the car this morning when I went to go get coffee. I'm about 70% through it and Spotify says I have 3 hours left. So this is definitely being finished today. And then I'm also reading the Reader on Holiday book. That book I'm about 25 or 20% through. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today. That would be like crazy if I did, but I think I will finish it tomorrow. Yeah, I think I will definitely finish it tomorrow. I am going to go read this Substack article. The one I found right now that I really want to read is called The Art of Being Unreachable. And then I saw another one. I don't know where it went, but I'll have to find it. I'm going to read this article. It looks kind of long. I started it on my phone, but I want to read it on here so that way I'm not on my phone. I'll give you guys a like brief synopsis of the articles once I finish them. And then if you're on Substack, you can go read them. Let me get the timer set up. And then I will see you guys when I'm done reading. Okay, so I just finished 2 really good Substack articles. One of them was called The Art of Being Unreachable, and the other one was called Unrot Your Brain. So these both have been like, this is basically my Substack feed in a nutshell. It's just like figuring out who you are outside of social media and just like stop being chronically online, and like it's okay to learn in private and not post everything. And it's just been helping me feel like I don't need to post all the things all the time to get all of like the likes and the validation and all that. And it sounds like really dumb when I talk about it, but I think it's something that especially us as creators, like we get so caught up in the numbers instead of getting caught up in cultivating community. Let that sink in. I really do think that we get so caught up in the numbers and the views and getting monetized and like making this into our business that sometimes I think we lose sight of the community. These 2 articles were really good. I really liked The Art of Being Unreachable. I thought that was a really good one. And it just talked about like, you don't have to, like, I guess what I was saying before, like you don't have to do things for the outward expression and validation of others. If you want to be obsessed with your own hobby and just like work on that and forget about your phone for a few hours, like you're allowed to do that. And if you want to like bake and like if you want to just do things with your hands, like you're allowed to do that. And it doesn't always need to be for an Instagram story or a post or anything like that. Like you're allowed to just do things on your own. And I think we all need that reminder that we can do things without recording it and taking pictures of it. Like if you want to take pictures for memories, that's one thing. But if you're just doing things for the content, like that's not always great. Like you should be able to do things for yourself. I thought that article was great. And then the Unrot Your Brain one was basically about just reclaiming your brain. Like our brains aren't rotten. Our brains just have been claimed by other things and we need to work towards claiming them back. And that could be through reading, listening to podcasts, the most random documentaries that now you have like party trick fun facts about that you can share with people. A big thing is learning new things and then sharing it with other people and having discussions about that. So I thought that both of those articles were awesome. Now at this point, I need to eat breakfast because now I'm on like my 2nd cup of caffeine without anything in my stomach. So I do need to eat breakfast. And I just don't feel like doing a reset. I might sit here for a little bit longer, but just switch gears. And if you guys are wondering why the camera keeps like moving up and down, I have one of those magnetic like key things, or I guess it makes like the iPad into a laptop. So you guys are actually attached to the case for my iPad, which is pretty cool. But yeah, every time I move my hand off of it, you guys tilt upwards. I think I'm gonna take a break from the iPad. Maybe, I don't know, kind of want to watch something. Maybe I'll find like a random docu-series or something to watch if the episodes are short enough. Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Find something like educational and fun and super random. And I'll see you guys later when I have an update on what I watch and then what I'm reading. So my breakfast that I meal prepped, what was that, Tuesday morning? It went bad. I ate what I could and then eventually got to a point where I was like, no, I can't eat this anymore. So that was a flop. None of the documentaries that I was looking at on Netflix were like interesting. They were more, I feel like all the documentaries on Netflix are like crime and prison. I want like something interesting, like something fun. I started to watch a documentary about people building a hotel in the Providence, Rhode Island shopping mall. And then I was like, I'm really not into this. I'm just gonna not watch this. So then I vacuumed, attempted to eat breakfast. That was terrible. And then now I just put on A Most Agreeable Murder on Spotify on the TV. So I'm gonna listen to that and read along with it. I'm on chapter 23. So this is how much I've read. And then this part, this is how much I have left. Let's make some progress in this. I have 2 hours and 41 minutes left on my timer. Ideally, I would like to get this down to an hour and a half and then take like a bigger break. Just kind of break it up. Then maybe on the walk, I'll listen to the read it or unhaul it just to take a break from this. I don't know. We have a lot of time left in the day. It's 10:42. I feel like I've been up for 18 years at this point, and I've only been up for, I've been up for about 4 hours. Yeah, I would say about 4 hours. So let's get to reading. I'm hoping the next time I talk to you guys, I'm done with this book, because this is another one of those books that I feel like I've been reading for a really long time. And it's just because I've put it down to pick up other books, but so good. This book is so good. Good morning, you guys. It's time to check the screen time for today, what I need to be reading for today. I feel like this is going to be very easy. I have 2 hours and 55 minutes that I have to read. That's like a walk in a park. It's Sunday. There's nothing going on today. Sundays typically are super chill, and I don't really do much. I'll be live streaming church this morning. And then outside of that, it's just reading and hanging out. So I would consider this challenge a win right now. We're about halfway through it. I'm going to do the next couple of days. We're going to do today, tomorrow, and Tuesday. Really, because tomorrow and Tuesday are my highest screen times from last week, and I want to get those down as much as possible. My overall average screen time was 3 hours and 49 minutes, which is down 9% from the week prior. And this has really helped by swapping my screen time for reading, because you can tell like at the beginning of last week how high my screen time was, and then you can also see like where it drops as we begin this challenge. I'm definitely happy to see my screen time go down, because it's just been very, very high outside of work hours. So I'm gonna set this timer. What did I say? It was 2 hours and 55 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna set this timer for 2 hours and 55 minutes. I think I actually have about that much left in my audiobook. I have an hour and 55 minutes left of my audiobook on Spotify. This challenge today is 2 hours and 55 minutes. So definitely finishing a book. I didn't start my Valentine's Day book yesterday. I kind of forgot about it. So I'm thinking maybe once I finish A Most Agreeable Murder, we'll start that. I want to see if it's available as an audiobook. That way I can listen to it on a TV. That's been my new favorite thing on a smart TV, is listening to any audiobooks that are available on Spotify. Just pulling up Spotify and listening to them there. Okay, so I am gonna go read. I also just woke up a little while ago. So my brain is like slowly turning on, but I could tell I definitely need my coffee. I have it here. I have my water. It's gonna be a great day. Let's crush this 2 hours and 55 minutes. It's gonna go like that. And I'll see you guys on the flip side of it. Hello, you guys. It is time to wrap up this video. I would say it was a very successful couple of days swapping my screen time for reading. I definitely put down like, I think close to 500 pages instead of picking up my phone and scrolling. So I would consider that a major win. Let's recap what I read. So I finished Most Agreeable Murder. So good. And then I'm about 50% through the second Read It or Unhaul It book. I also read about 25% of the first Read It or Unhaul It book before I decided not to finish it. So I would say I got a lot of reading done, plus some Bible studies. I finished up my Bible study on Philippians. I'm about halfway through my Bible study on Colossians. So just a lot of reading happened. I also read, I think, 2 Substack articles. So that's also fun and exciting and different. I am at this point now where I did re-download Instagram to my phone, simply because I'm going to be kind of optimizing or utilizing the broadcast channel feature on Instagram to do a group Bible study for Lent. Daily Grace Co. is doing a Lent study. It's called Clinging to the Cross. It starts tomorrow, actually. So I created a broadcast channel for that, and I really want to utilize that for Bible studies and just group Devo time and group like talking about Jesus time. I feel like that would be so much fun. So I am just limiting myself to going on to updating the broadcast channel. I'll check it one more time at night, and that's really it as far as my Instagram usage goes. if I find that I am back up to like constantly scrolling and like not using it for useful things, using it as like a time waster, I will delete it again and just go back to updating the broadcast channel from my iPad. But we shall see. I also used it today to look into like some easy peasy like skincare and makeup type of things, because I woke up this morning and then just kind of like read, never really felt like I got my day started. And then lunchtime, I was like, I want to feel put together. So I did my skincare and my makeup, and I ran out of 2 products. So I was kind of going to use this as like a test of being like, okay, do I want to keep these? Do I want to get like something different? So yeah, there's more to come on that in whenever the next weekly vlog is going to be. I'll talk about that more in depth. But yeah, I thought this was a successful challenge. I'm going to try to do these a little more frequently. I feel like it's good for you guys to see like what I'm doing instead of scrolling. I also got some coloring done. I wanted to get some study time in, but I didn't. So that's gonna be a thing for this weekend, is to try to study more. I feel really motivated now to like keep reading and to read for longer periods of time. That's another reason why I want to do this challenge, is because I feel like my reading stamina is just not great. So this helped me to kind of build that back up again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications. That's another thing. So that way you don't miss a video. My videos typically go up Wednesday mornings around 7:15. I don't know why I picked 7:15. It's just like a random time. Everybody usually posts like on the hour, and I was like, I'll post 15 minutes after everybody else posts. Anyways, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.